Yeah, Max here.
Patch here.
And today we're going to be talking about the Arken EP5 5-25x56.
I'm Max. I'm Patch.
Here we have like a 0 stop. Okay, so using use gun 1, go down.
Where we size them up, it's called softer sausage.
What did you think? First thoughts out of the box?
Yeah, first thought. So, like, I mean, it feels pretty solid. Like, we've heard about Arken everywhere. Everyone seems to be
Everyone's
on the
raving about
Arken
it.
train. Yeah. I mean, yeah, fair one. Like, it seems pretty solid. It's pretty good. As soon as you put it out of the box, you feel like it feels quality.
Yeah, it does. It does. It is in that budget bracket that everyone likes to put scopes in. It is in that budget bracket scope. But like you said, yeah, straight out of the box feels quality that comes in. The sort of the turrets themselves, they are very sort of. They feel good, do you know what I mean? Like, they don't feel cheap, which I really like about it. And I like that it comes with the sunshade as well. As you see, we've got it fitted, quite sunny here today. But yeah, it does, it's cool out of the box.
So, usability then, it is very friendly for the user. The 0 stop is like probably one of the most simple 0 stops we've actually seen. Yeah. Simple case of just screw down the screw and that is you. That's like, how simple is that? So there's no messing about. Also means when you're zeroing, you can unscrew that and then you don't have to like take the cap off and then go below and then go back. Like, you don't have to mess around. If you need to go below 0 from when you last zeroed, say you're using a slower bullet or something, you can just unscrew that screw and then you've got your full range. So it is like, that is probably one of the best things I've seen on a scope of this sort of price range.
Absolutely, yeah, it's really cool. Another thing that I quite like about it as well is the illuminated reticle. It's nice, crisp and clear. It's the centre of the reticle. It's not the full illumination. It's just the centre pinpoint and things around it. And yeah, it's nice, clear, concise. And for guys, especially, I found like today, for example, we had an older chap. Wears glasses, struggled to focus on the reticle itself, so I switched on the illuminated reticle and he could then pick it up far easier and quicker. So it's a very handy tool for what we do and for other guys that are low light shooting or with sort of with struggle vision. And
like what you just said there about the low light, so the glass is pretty clear. Like, I was actually surprised. So we've been switching between so many different optics recently, and you see the difference. I mean, it is budget, but it is still pretty. It's actually pretty clear.
Cool.
Like, I think my only drawback is the reticle. The reticle's quite simple. I mean, don't get me wrong, you can probably get loads of different reticles. The one we've got in there, it's 0.5mm graduations. So you have got left and right some 0.1, but a lot of other reticles you might have 0.2 graduations. Anyway, we're like splitting hairs, bit pernickety, but it's nice to have more reticles in there for re-engagement, for holdovers and things like that. So,
and that's it for those finite movements. Like, we're not slating the reticle or anything, but just more information in a reticle is far better. We had a conversation earlier, wasn't it? Like, would you ever ask for a reticle with less information? No, you wouldn't. You always want more.
But very simple to set up. 34mm tube, which is like quite a lot of optics are coming in 34mm now. So a lot more light through that rector tube, meaning it is a crisp picture. Means you can shoot on a bit lower light, but that illuminated reticle helps as well. And then the reticle that we have got has got a nice little dot in the middle, which personally I really like. And that's the same with most reticles. Cool. The parallax. I remember the turrets when we first got them were a little bit stiff, but now we've been using it. It's actually off, it's nice and smooth.
It's almost like there was grease in it that just needed sort of moving around the mechanism.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I mean it's all right. The diopter focus, which was like there's no lock-in, there's no way to lock it. However, it is quite stiff. I mean, whether they meant to do that or whether it will get too loose, I don't know. But because it's quite stiff, it kind of holds where your eye focus is, which is handy.
Yeah, and it's good. It's good as well. Like, as much as we say it doesn't lock, there's little tips and tricks, paint markers and all that sort of good stuff that you can do to see if it does slip. So it not locking is not the end of the world, but it would just be a nice to have on the things you find on the more sort of upmarket scopes. That would just set it apart.
One thing I have found is eye relief is quite, like as you can see on the stair, we've got it. It's set up probably as far back as we can. Finding that to get that eye box correct. It's quite close. which that's been quite frustrating in other setups. Some like maybe higher end optics, you find that you've actually got quite a big gap that you can be, or like quite high tolerance that your eye box can be correct, whereas maybe with more budget you need to be pretty much bang on, and for this it's quite close, so we've had to find, you know, that your length of pore has to be really short, or you need to get that optic so far back, and it can cause some issues, but for most setups it's not too bad.
How have you found, obviously you've used it today with a client, how have you found it tracked throughout the session?
Yeah, I mean, like, so we've used it a few times now. It's not necessary, like, so at the minute today, we're just on a 100 metre range, but we had it on a 600 metre range the other day, and we had it on a 2-2 at 200 metres, which meant there was a lot of track. I think, you know, 2 to 200 metres was like 8 mil or something like that. So we're definitely going through the tracking, and we haven't found any issues with that. I mean, most optics nowadays, the gearing's pretty spot on. I actually haven't seen a sight for a while that hasn't passed the tool target test, so it's not too bad. We didn't show it just because it's...
Yeah, you'd sort of expect it. You expect it these days with optics tracking properly. There's very rare, it may be like one batch of optics that maybe doesn't track now. It's not an optic, it's not a sort of a fault we see commonly in optics now. And like Max said, this is tracked perfectly on elevation and on deflection.
Yeah.
I found using it with the guys, which is it's great.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, by all means, if you've had issues with them, like, let us know in the comments.
Yeah, please let us know.
So, I mean, would you say it's good value for money?
Yeah, I would. It definitely falls in that budget optic category, which is brilliant as well, because it makes, like we preach, it makes shooting accessible for everyone. And for what you get for your money for this optic, I think it is fantastic.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily take it low light stalking and stuff like that, but you could do, and it is up to that. But for target shooters and guys that are just getting into shooting, I do think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
And well, I mean, we recommended it to one of our guys. He's put it onto his 223, and he's had a brilliant time.
Yeah.
And his shooting has come on exponentially. He took his 223 out to 600 metres on the last course and was ringing gongs with it, and it was absolutely brilliant to see.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I think it's a theme that we're seeing is a lot of these budget optics, we're pretty much always going to say the same thing. As a means for you to get into like learning more about maybe like long range and precision shooting, and however, you know, getting more out of your rifle, like budget optics nowadays seem to be pretty spot on. So you can kind of just go, I'll have that one. Yeah, that fits my price range, and you can get into it. I think the biggest thing is, like that reticle, having some information in that reticle and something that dials, and you can get away with quite a lot, and things are coming out as not bad.
Yeah, and that's it. And like we harp on, or not harp on, but we go on about a reticle needing more information. It needs this, it needs that. For this reticle, for this price, this will get you going. It will get you into sort of the hobby and the sport, and it'll get you off to a very good start.
Yeah.
About understanding an optic and all that sort of good stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do think for value for money, I think it's spot on.
Yeah, and even start, like, you could, I mean, for example, we could stick this on a stair, and we could probably have that on there forever. Like, you don't need to upgrade, and you know, you don't need to see it as an upgrade either. Like, it's just an optic. You know, you might find that you want to shoot it in certain conditions, that you need a different optic or whatever. Like, that is perfectly adequate. I mean, I'd be happy with that, or any budget optic on my 2.2. I mean, you could definitely get away with it on the stair. Maybe you're shooting really far, you might think, I need clearer glass, but it's a tool for the job. You've got to work out what your job is, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I say, we use this for a little bit. We've had it for a couple of months now from Optics Warehouse. So I'd like to just say thank you to them for sending it us to use. But if you guys use it day in, day out and have other pickup points, by all means, please let us know in the comments. Let us know what you guys think about it. And we'd love to hear what you guys think about the Arken, because everyone seems to think it's amazing. So it'd be good to see what the guys think about it.
Yeah, you're not just letting us know, you're letting everyone else know, because people who read the comments, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
they can get your take on it. So thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much to Optics Warehouse for letting us trial, you know, the kit basically, and actually seeing how it performs, and then being able to have our take on it. So thank you very much. And if you want to you know, buy this optic, or you want to have a look at it, then head over to Optics Warehouse and let them know LRT sent you, and hopefully they'll give you some sort of discount. No, I can't say that because we don't know. I'll do that. I'll do that bigger.
Retake.
Yeah.